How are you inspired? Just sorry.
Oh yeah.
How are you inspired to pursue a career in acting?
How was I inspired?
To pursue a career in acting. Like, how did you start? Did you get influenced by anybody?
Right. You know, it's interesting. I never ever thought about acting, or you know, I went to college and I'd never acted, and I went to be a physics major of all, like, you know, boring things, and but I wanted to be like an astrophysicist and all this stuff, and then ended up being a philosophy major. But this friend of mine, I was a musician. Like, I was always in bands since I was like 13. I played guitar in bands. And this friend of mine, who is now a musician, who was an actor then, my last semester of school, he said, "Oh, you should audition for the New Plays Festival." And they need a bunch of actors because they do like 8 new plays by graduate students. And it just took somebody saying, because I'd always thought it looked kind of fun, like doing like playing house, but like really taking it seriously, you know, like really pretending like, you know, you're whatever you are. And so that's all it took. It just took him saying, "You should do that." And then I was like, yes, I should. And then I auditioned and got a part. And that was my last semester of college. And I did a couple more plays, and I'd already applied to graduate schools, and I said, "Forget that, I'm going to move to New York." And I literally moved to New York on a bus with like some sort of like suitcase I could hold in my hand like that, like classic, you know. And then that was it. And then I kind of, you know, but it was I got a late start. You know. Wait, yeah, you've been holding up your head. Yeah. Yes.
Is there another character on the show that would be interesting to play for you?
Yeah, I think there's so many, like, I don't know, like, all the characters are really, I think there's so many good characters. Like, Jason has a great part, Bill has a great part. I mean, Bill's part's tough because he's playing a vampire, but it'd still be great. I mean, there's so many good ones, like Alexander, you know? Love it. You know what? I think Regina's part is great. Tara's part is so good. You know, really good part, isn't it? Like, that's such a good part. But Lafayette. Yeah. Well, you know, Nelson, like, he brings so much to that part. You know, he really does. Like, that part is. He brought so much. It's not just on paper. Like, he brings like a whole new level to that part. Probably not. I don't know if I got it in there, you know? Yeah.
Since you're a shifter,
yes.
You're a shifter, you can only turn into what you come into contact with. Do you think in season 3, at least in one scene, can you shift into a predator or an alien?
Wait, your question was, can I shift into
predator or an alien from your past life?
Wow, that's a good question. That's a good question. Maybe a predator. Yeah.
Now, do you watch the show every Sunday when it airs, and where do you watch it?
Oh, yeah, I have to. I mean, it's really hard for me to watch myself, you know, it's very hard, and I'm very overcritical. But I usually like to watch it alone first. So, because the first time you watch it, if there are other people, you're just so embarrassed, and, you know, you want to get used to it before you. But yeah, I usually watch it at home, you know. Sometimes we have people over, and, you know. Yes. Oh yeah. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
We have a contest and asked our readers what they most would like to know from you.
Uh-huh.
And what they answered was, they want to know, has True Blood changed you, and if so, how?
Gosh, you know, I don't know if it's changed me. I don't think it's changed me, but it's changed my life a little bit because I just get recognized, you know, a little bit more. And especially after the second season. And especially in places where there's a lot of people, like in New York City, a lot more than, and it's fun, you know, it's definitely fun. I mean, there's no question that it's great. You know, people come up and say they love the show, or they like my part, and it feels good, you know. I'm not going to pretend like that's, you know, like, I'm over that, you know. It's you know, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So I don't know if it's changed me that much at all. It hasn't changed me, but it's definitely changed my life a little bit. Yeah. Yes.
Do you want people, you know, coming up to you and saying, like, something, or do you feel uncomfortable, or do you don't mind, like, people coming up and asking for autographs and stuff like that? Because some actors, you know,
Are comfortable with it. Yeah. So the question was, do I like people coming up and asking me for autographs or just coming up?
It's part of the job.
Yeah, yeah. I really don't mind it. I mean, there's definitely every once in a while you're just like not in a good mood, and you know, like as you can all imagine, and you kind of just don't. You just kind of just want to be alone, and or you're just not feeling confident, or you're not feeling like you're, like you have it in you to be friendly, I guess. But those times aren't that much. I usually don't mind it that much. No, I don't mind it at all. No.
Hi.
Yes. No.
If you could be stranded on a deserted island with anyone from the cast, who would it be and why?
Whoa. Did everybody hear that question?
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to buy some time. Wow. Like stranded on an island forever? Forever. Wow. Well, if it was going to be forever, it would have to be a woman. Wow. Gosh, I don't know. Who do you think? Who do you think it should be? Daphne. There's a lot of Dara. She will what? Probably eat me? Oh, hit me. No, you know who hits me all the time is Anna. She does, because she knows I won't hit her back. So she hits me all the time. I don't know. It would be a woman. It would be a woman from the show. I don't know. Yes. Right. Okay, so I landed the role pretty normal. I just got the script and I read it, and then I went in and auditioned, and they put it on tape, and Alan saw it and liked it, and then you have to go to a final audition in front of like all the president of HBO and all the big executives, and that's so nerve-wracking because you have to sign contracts before you go in, and it's just very nerve-wracking. So I auditioned. I found out the same day that I got it, which was great. And then, the CGI. Yeah, it's kind of complicated because they have to sort of, what they usually do, like for instance in that scene where in the shower where the dog stood up and then I stood up and you saw my butt. It was kind of, they shot the dog first, I think, and then they had that somehow on film, and they had to line me up exactly with the dog. And I'm not exactly sure how they do it, but I just know that it was very technical, and I had to be in an exact spot and stand up in a certain way. And, yeah. Yes.
Yes. When you have the naked scenes, do you
Yes.
wear something on the front?
People love the naked.
Yes. Do I wear something on the front? Yes. Right. Yeah. Do I wear something on the front? Yes. We call it the sock. It's not an actual sock, but it's this thing that you tie and it goes over your whole situation. It's beige. You must but how much does it cover? Just a tip. No. No, it covers up pretty much the whole situation.
It comes in different sizes.
I got embarrassed now. Wow. But I have to wear, Ryan has to wear that a lot, and I have to wear, we're different ones. Yeah, I have a larger size, but. I'm totally embarrassed now.